to go abroad. Then we were told back then, Joe, they can never bring this in domestically. We cannot drink a pint or we cannot have a meal in a restaurant because we choose not to get a vaccine. Now we're all on another few months. We won't be able to go to the gym again. We won't be able to go to a run again. We won't be able to participate in society. And it is the taking of our individual freedom from us. It is absolute discrimination. It is absolute segregation. And no matter how they dress it up, it is discrimination. And there will always be discrimination. We cannot tolerate this. So we're 4 weeks into this.
What he told you?
Basically, I was giving the man a flyer and he said he wasn't interested, and I just said that's the problem with society, people are not interested, and this is how they do it, step by step, slowly but surely, bit by bit, day by day, you know. And before we know it, you won't be able to go to a shop, get on a bus, get on a train without using a vaccine passport, and you're going to get more kind of like frustrated, and you're going to be shut down even more. So when is it okay to stand up and speak, you know? But he went straight to the guards. All I said, I gave him a flyer and he went straight to the guards. He said I was being abusive. I wasn't being abusive. I was talking the way I'm talking now.
We respect everyone in this country. We respect your decisions in life, and all we ask is that you respect our decisions in life.
Hello everyone, so we're down here in Cork on this beautiful sunny day and we're outside Clancy's bar here, and the reason we're outside Clancy's bar is because they enforce discrimination and they enforce segregation on their customers, and we can never accept discrimination or segregation in our society. It's unacceptable, and I suppose 4 weeks now our country has been enforcing discrimination, segregation, and it doesn't matter if it's 4 days or 4 weeks or 4 years. Discrimination and segregation of any type or of any kind is unacceptable, and we will never accept it because we are meant to be a democracy, and in a democracy people have individual choice and individual freedom, and especially over our bodies. We should have our own individual freedom to make our own decisions regardless what happens to our bodies and what we put into our bodies. That's our own choice. It's not a government's choice, it's not your neighbour's choice, or it's not your friend's choice, or it's not your family's choice. It's your personal and private decision, and it should always be that way. So we're here outside Clancy's because they enforce this discrimination and segregation, and they are asking for this vaccine passport, and we know that this vaccine passport is the greatest threat to our democratic rights that we have ever faced, and we know that we are going down the road of totalitarianism, and we cannot accept this. We are in the early days of it, and a few months ago we were told that this would never be brought in domestically. We were told it would be just for international travel. We expressed our concerns back then. We were totally dismissed. The Taoiseach himself said it would never be used for domestic use, that they couldn't do that. The Taoiseach did as well. So now here we see this vaccine passport being used for people who just want to go for a drink or go and eat a meal at a restaurant. They are being discriminated against. So what's going to happen now in the future is we now have Tony Holohan, who yesterday said, in 6 weeks' time they'll be hoping to lift all restrictions. He said that outside of one side of his mouth, and on the other side of his mouth then he said that in the All-Ireland final that anybody who attends it should be vaccinated. So that implies that he wants the vaccine passport enforced now for the All-Ireland final. So in the future, if we do not fight against this, you will see that people attending GA games, attending rugby games, people eating out in restaurants and pubs, and people just trying to participate in society, they will all be absolutely and totally discriminated against unless they have this vaccine passport. And this is a direct attack on our human rights. It's a direct attack on our democracy, and we can never accept this. We can never accept this vaccine passport. And what's more is we see now that they're promoting the vaccination of children. And we know statistically that a child under 18 has a greater chance of being struck by lightning than dying from COVID. So why are we forcing these experimental vaccines when we now know there's many thousands and thousands of deaths throughout the world from these already, and millions of injuries? Why are we forcing this on our children? And the only logical reason is, and the only reason the government would want to do this, is they want to implement this vaccine passport forever. They want this vaccine passport in. And I would urge everyone to please to resist this and to fight back and to say no. And do not let your children be vaccinated, because it is an experiment at the end of the day, and it is so dangerous. It is so dangerous what's going on. And what's more, you might be vaccinated yourself, you might even agree with the vaccine passport, but you might not agree that your children should get vaccinated. So what they will do in the future is, if you don't get your child vaccinated, your vaccine passport is going to be like your driving license. Once you have your driver license, you'll be able to drive your car. Your vaccine passport will be the same. Once you have a vaccine passport, you'll be able to participate in society. But if they want you to vaccinate your children and you refuse that, they will take your vaccine passport from you until you vaccinate your children. So this affects each and every one of us, vaccinated, unvaccinated. So that's why we must all stand up against this. So yeah, that's why we're here in Cork today, and we picket. It's not only Clancy's, but we picket every week. We have pickets outside pubs and restaurants to enforce this discrimination and segregation. So because we cannot tolerate this, and I would ask each and every one of you across the country to start doing the same. Start picketing restaurants and pubs who are enforcing this vaccination passport. And so that's it, everyone. I wish you all the best, and let's keep on living in a free world. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Now, if we do follow the science, we know that the vaccines actually do not stop you spreading COVID, and do not stop you spreading COVID. And there is many scientists out there. What are you? An engineer. So this guy here, he says he's an engineer. He's a scientist. Now, if we listen to the real scientists, like Mike Yeadon, he's the former executive of Pfizer, he says do not get these vaccines. We have Dr. Robert Malone, he actually invented the mRNA vaccine, and he says do not take the vaccine.
What is it?
The vaccine,
What's mRNA?
The mRNA is the messenger vaccine.
Okay, sorry.
So the inventor of the mRNA vaccine, Dr. Robert Malone, he says do not take it. It has never before been used on humans. Never ever before has it been used on humans. So you have to ask yourself,
Muszę pytać, co to jest mRNA.
there are several thousands of scientists out there being studied. There's Dr. Peter McCullough, there's Dr. Mike Yeadon, there's many scientists out there being
Mówię do
silenced.
niego, że to jest eksperymentalna szczepionka, mówi nie, że to jest szczepionka.
There was a doctor yesterday, Dr. Pierzynski. She did a night shift in the hospital up in the north. She came back and she reported all the vaccine injuries. She told about all the vaccine injured people she had seen that night, and she just said this, and she now has been suspended as a doctor. And you have to ask yourself, in our country of Ireland, we are meant to be a democracy. Why don't we
Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. This is not real.
But it's a provocation. They should arrest him.
Here you go, miss, one for you. Here you go, one for you. Here you are.
Not all of them.
So we're just going to finish up here, everyone. So we're here, just anybody new is after coming. Clancy's Bar here, they enforce discrimination and segregation of their customers. And we can never accept that in our society. Never will we can accept discrimination or segregation. And there are some of you here looking at us and you do not like us being here. You don't agree with us, but we live in a democracy. And in a democracy, and according to our constitution, we have freedom of assembly and we have freedom of speech. So we should always be allowed to express our opinions in our society. Because when we go down the road when another opinion is not tolerated, it's a very dangerous road to go down. We need to always question the government in every decision that they make. And we're actually the piece of democracy. So that's it, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. God bless.